Welcome to our Chunky Velvet Yarn Pumpkin course. Today we're going to be making these beautiful pumpkins for fall. So let's get started. To start, we're going to position our yarn here correctly. So we're going to grab about 10 to 12 inches of one of the ends of the yarn. And right there, we're going to make a slip knot. So I'm going to cross my yarn over and then I'm going to pull through the longer portion of the yarn to make a slip knot. So I'm going to show you that one more time. So you're going to take the longer piece of your yarn and cross it on top of the shorter, and then you're going to pull it through that loop that you made, and that is going to be your slip knot. And then we're going to put the yarn on the other side and we're just going to pull it through the loop of that slip knot and continue doing that for 11 chains. So just take the longer end of the yarn, stick it through the loop, and continue to do it until you get a chain of 11 um, rows, I guess, but it'll look kind of like a braid. And all you're doing is sticking the longer end of the yarn through the loop, making another loop, and then continuing until you have 11. And you can kind of use your fingers as a guide. The loop should be about 2 fingers, the hole should be about 2 fingers big. So then once you have 11, then we're going to have that's going to be the base of our pumpkin, and then we'll move on to the next step. But go ahead and count and make sure that you have 11 loops. If you don't, then just add however many you need. Okay, now that I have 11 loops, I'm going to turn my yarn here a little bit. So I have my chain of 11 loops, and I'm going to take the last loop that I made and I'm going to stick that into the first loop next to that slip knot. So find the first hole and then just stick in the loop into that hole. And now you're going to have a circular type design, and then we're going to find the next loop on that chain, and I'm going to pull the longer end of the yarn through it just like I did before, and continue to do that all the way around this circular braid. So just take the longer end of your yarn, poke it through those holes that you made initially on your chain, and you're going to now have 10 loops that will poke through. And it kind of starts to look a little bit like a flower around the circle, because you'll have these little loops sticking through every other yarn piece. So you'll see that you'll come up with 10 petals when you're done going all the way around that chain. And you want to just count them as you go. Make sure that you have 10, and one of them will be that one that you poked through, and you're just going to want to turn it so that it's the same direction as the other petals. So then once you have all 10 sticking through, then you're going to continue on with the longer piece of your yarn and just stick it through those petals. So again, make sure all the petals are in the same direction, and then you're just going to take the longer portion of the yarn and you're going to start going in each one of these petals. So there's 10. Take the longer end of the yarn. Sorry, that was a shorter end. Take the longer end and poke it through that first loop. Same kind of 2-finger width size loop, and just go all the way around this petal again with the yarn. And then that's pretty much what we're going to be doing to continue to make our pumpkin. So we're just going to take the longer portion of the yarn, poke it through that loop, and continue doing that all the way around the pumpkin. And this is going to give us the basic shape of our pumpkin. So we're going to continue to do this for 5 to 6 times around our pumpkin. And that's going to kind of be your personal preference. You can do it however many times however tall you want your pumpkin to be. But I like to do about 5, 6, 7 times, and that gives a pretty good height on my pumpkins. And you will eventually run out of the yarn too, because you purchased the kit. But if you did have a bigger skein of yarn, you could keep making it as large as you want. I think after, 6 or 7 rows, it does start to kind of become, more rectangular shape and maybe a little bit less like a pumpkin. I like with this velvet yarn 5 to 6 rows. I think it gives it a really nice height and looks really cute. But again, that's personal preference. So just keep looping that chunky yarn into those loops all the way around your pumpkin. And just try to be very careful that you don't skip a loop, or if you do a loop too much, you can always just pull it back a little bit. The main thing is not to pull too hard because it really will easily unravel still at this point. So just be careful as you do this, especially at the beginning, to get all the loops and not to pull too hard. Now I'm just continuing to loop around for those 5 to 6 rows, so I'm just going to speed this up a tad until I get to my last row. And I am kind of eating my words here because I'm going to try to just use up the rest of this yarn because I'm so close to the end of my skein that I'm going to keep looping it around until I pretty much have used up all my yarn. But you want to keep about 12 to 15 inches of yarn, and I'm going to have a little bit less than that today at the end of your pumpkin, because what you're going to do next is you're going to feed that yarn through all the loops, and then you're going to cinch your pumpkin closed. So we're just going to take the last part of this yarn, and I'm going to poke it through each one of the holes all the way around my circle. And this is kind of, if you can picture like a drawstring on a bag, it's kind of cinching the pumpkin closed on the bottom. So just take your yarn and go through each of the loops. And just pull it tight as you work, so that if you are short on yarn at the end, like I am today, you're going to have enough yarn to go through all the loops. So continue to cinch it as you go. And then once you get through all the loops, you'll see that the bottom of the pumpkin cinches just really nicely together. And here is our little chunky knit pumpkin. We're going to tie a knot on the end of the yarn, and then we're just going to take the tail end of this yarn and poke it through the center of the pumpkin. And that'll just serve as a little extra filler for these pumpkins. So whatever you have left, just poke it through the bottom of the pumpkin. And then when you turn it around, you can kind of see how the pumpkin looks. Now that we have one of the ends cinched, we're going to fill the pumpkin. So I am going to just take out that other end, and we're going to cinch the top. But before we do that, we're going to fill it. So you can use polyfill, you can use fabric that kind of coordinates with your yarn so that if any of the filler peeks through the yarn, you won't see it. But today I'm just going to use polyfill for our example. I'm just going to stuff my pumpkin full, and then we're going to do something similar to the bottom. So we're going to take the tail end of our yarn and we're going to just cinch the top of our pumpkin. So again, just poke it through each of the holes and then cinch it tight by pulling on the end of the yarn. And this will cinch up the top of our pumpkin, and just keep going until all the loops are fed through. And then just pull it tight so that it goes all the way around the pumpkin. And then again, you're going to take the end of it and you're going to tie a knot, and then just stuff the tail into the top of the pumpkin to add just a little extra filler to the top, and that will hide the tail end of the pumpkin. Otherwise, our last step is just to add our stem and embellishment. So I'm going to take my hot glue gun and I'm just going to add a little hot glue on the bottom of my stem and just put that right in the center of my pumpkin. You can just hold it in place for a couple seconds there. And then we're going to embellish our pumpkins with these little raffia bows. So just take a little hot glue and hot glue it on where the yarn meets the stem. And that's all there is to making these really cute little pumpkins. Now you'll just want to repeat these steps for your gold and green pumpkins, and then you'll have your complete set of chunky velvet yarn pumpkins for fall. So thank you so much for joining me for this video and this kit. I hope you enjoyed making these pumpkins. If you have questions, remember, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always here for you. But thank you, and I hope you have a great day.